Morning from Sandhurst Lake, down on the Hampshire-Surrey border. My name's Steve French. I'm with a company called weedcutter.co.uk. We've been invited here by Nick Leach, who owns the water, to help him out with his weed control problem. Anglers are having problems, one, presenting baits, and secondly, landing fish that they're fortunate enough to hook. This time of year, we're now in middle to end of April, is ideal to cut the early growth, to really knock the weed back in its early stages, and also to harrow the bottom, which upsets the rooting of the weeds and makes it much more difficult for it to establish itself. Approximately 2 years ago, the EU banned the use of aquatic herbicides in inland waterways. Since then, the lakes and rivers have progressively got weedier and weedier. Myself and my partner Paul, we've been lifelong anglers, carp angling in particular, so we've seen the weed problems that have occurred over the years. We work on many different waters, primarily carp fisheries. We have done sailing clubs, we've done stretches of rivers, lakes from 26 to 30 acres, right down to small 1 acre ponds. The boat itself has two means of cutting. We've got a T-cutter on the front of the boat, which is like a giant hedge cutter that goes down to a depth of 4.5 to 5 feet. So shallower waters, that's perfect. We can just bounce along the bottom, cutting at the base of the weed. If that's not deep enough, we have a V-blade, which is 2 metre lengths of spring steel, forming a V attached to a chain to the back of the boat, which goes is on a hydraulic ram that constantly pulls it along the lake bed. Now that will cut in all depths of water. It's literally dependent on the length of chain we attach to it. Once all that's done, we change over and attach a hydraulic rake. We collect the weed on that, and we can actually deposit it on the bank, and we can get it about 5 feet away from the water's edge. But we do recommend that the weed is then moved further back after that. It's a very versatile machine, can get into any nook and cranny. It's very quick, it's very manoeuvrable, and literally can get in right in under the trees. But it is all about the management of the water rather than a one-stop solution. And we'll probably get somewhere in the region of 30 to 50 tonnes of cut weed out of this water in 3 days, which is an awful lot of weed, and the volume of it on the bank is much more than anybody expects.